But can I share my screen if I go live?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Have you tried?
Yes, I've arrived.
I don't know if you can share your screen or
No, I'm
you
sure.
can't share your screen. Then you tell them to you apologize about it.
Oh, thank
You
you.
can't share your screen.
Thank
And
you.
then you now go to you could have used Zoom and shared your Zoom to your YouTube.
And I will do that next time.
Okay. But you can still start the live and then tell people to meet you at the new venue. Any headway?
Yeah, it's coming. Oh. Yeah, I think there's a headwear.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, I'm live now.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you can hear my voice there. My name is Vincent Chidindo Asogwa. Today we are going to discuss Google Scholar Citations, 10 secrets of zero to hero. Let me find out if you are there, if you can listen to me, if you can hear me. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, engineer, for chatting us from there. Thank you. Since you can hear me, I can continue now. My name is Vincent Chidindo Asogwa. We are going to discuss boosting Google Scholar citations from zero to hero. And today we are going to give you 13 secrets of zero to hero. Okay. Google's citation refer to the number of times a publication has been referenced, publication has been cited by others in a scholarly work indexed by the same Google scholar. If you have a work published, when that paper is cited or document or book is cited by another journal published or another website or another database, and Google is able to crawl it in, Google is able to see it, Google will record it for you and cause that Google citation. So Google citation is widely used by agencies to assess impact. These days, even when researchers are looking for jobs, some institutions Google know your impact in your community. Funding agencies now are using it. They will go and check who you are in your research community of their work. Identify potential collaborations and demonstrate the scholarly impact of their research contribution. Now, in Google Scholar, H index, and where did H index come from? It came from, and that person is George Eduardo Hitch. He's a physicist. He's from Argentina, but he worked in, while he was trying to find out the impact of scholars or researchers or scientists in their field, metric used to evaluate the impact of an author or impact of an author's research combines both the number of publications and their citations count. We are going to see that. So what does it mean? An author has a H index, H papers that have been cited at least H times each in, do not forget this, in the Google Scholar, because some people may publish their lecture note that they have not published somewhere and include their names expecting that it will count for them. It doesn't count. That paper, that document must have been in the Google Scholar database before it could count it for you. What does it mean? Let's assume that you go to your Google Scholar citation and you have H index of 17. What it means is that you have 17 publications that are indexed in Google Scholar. And that those 17 papers, each of them have been cited at least 17 times. So it is the number of papers cited by the same number. If you have, I repeat, if you have an example, again, 20, if your H index is 20, what it means is that you have at least 20 publications. And those 20 publications, each of them have been cited at least 20 times. I think it's clear here. So it provides a balance between productivity, that's the number of papers, and the impact, and that is the citation. That is what George planned. And George started this H index in 2005 when he PhD dissertation. And after that, he won an award. Today, he's a Nobel laureate because of these metrics that he discovered to evaluate the productivity of a scientist. So he does not, there's nothing like cheating. If you have one paper, you include it in the one H index. So because it counts the number of publications that have been cited by the number of times. So you do not have one and say, okay, is enough. So what it means is that it encourages authors to bring in their output for people to see. Because if you have only 10 publications, it means your H index cannot go beyond 10. That it means. So you need to increase your number of publications. Now, we also have I-10 index. It was still developed by George Hitch. Now, what does I-10 index mean? Take this number 10. The I-10 index is a simpler measure introduced by Google Scholar. And I've told you this was introduced in 2005. That was when George started mentioning it. But scientists didn't recognize this. It was not approved. It was tested after so many years. It was in 2010 that scientists adopted Google Scholar, and people are using it. Institutions are using it even for recruitment, and funding agencies are using it as well. So it represents this I-10 index represents the number of an author's paper that have received at least 10. This one focuses on high. What is it? Let's see this one. You can see here, this one belongs to ASOGWA. Now, ASOGWA has 300 citations. But what does it show? What it means is that his H index is 10. You can see it here. H publications in the Google Scholar. And he has 10 publications that have received at least 10 citations. That's what it shows here. Now, look, is 12. What it means is that ASOGWA has 12 publications in the Google Scholar that have at least 10 that has received. If other ones continue to receive citations. Immediately those 10 receive up to 12. These 10, the 10 H we change. Sasoga has not less than 10. If his paper, if his documents or whatever he has in the index is only 10, it can never go beyond that. That is what it means. Now, why are Google Scholar citations important? Why is it important these days? Many people may decide to stay off it. They don't care, they are not interested. Why is it important? Google Scholar is scholarly articles. It is also used for recruitment, accepting research fellowships, and holding positions. Even these days, when you want to go for research fellowship, they Google your site, they Google your name to know your citations, to know the impact. Who are you in the research community? Who are you in your field? And the advantage of this is that it is free of charge, completely free of charge. So what is holding you? One may ask, must I go into this? It has become imperative into it. You have no reason for not going into it because it's free of charge. You don't pay. So why are you not going into the scientific community for people to know you? Citations indicate the influence and visibility of research within the academic community. So Google citation shows who you are, your visibility, your influence. How many persons are using your work? What is your contribution? What is your impact on people in your field? Higher citation counts can lead to increased recognition, collaboration, and career opportunities. When we say career opportunities, I was in an interview panel where some people were interviewed, and while the interview was going on, the dean of the faculty was googling their names to know who they are in the Google. He even googled. We're not talking about how schools, universities can increase their impact. Just like when you hear Oxford University number 1 or number 2 or number 3, or University of South Africa number 1, number 2, or University of Ibadan number 1 or number 2. How do they increase it? That's not for today. So what we are saying is Google Scholar has come and it leads to your recognition. People would want to collaborate with you if you are known in your research field. Now we move to 13 secrets of zero to hero. Permit the book of Matthew chapter 10 verse 26 to 27. And what does it say? It says, so have no fear of them, for nothing is covered that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known. What I tell you in the dark, say in the light, and what you hear part, proclaim on the housetops. Secret number 1, publish high quality research. Focus on conducting rigorous research and publishing it in reputable journals or conference proceedings. when we say publish high quality research, is don't just publish anything because you want to publish, because that is your name. And first impression matters. If you publish anything, it will just be there. Don't just say because Google Scholar accepts all of them, you just push anything you want. How do you know that the work is of high quality? Because it says publish high quality research. One, publishing high quality research is anytime you are sending out a paper, make sure that after reading that paper, you know that this is the best of you. Because you may not have any meter or metric to measure this high quality by you. But make sure that when you are researching, do your best. Put in your trust, your integrity on that work. See that work that it is you that is going out, and do your best. Don't take anything of less standard, of less quality before you. Do your best. Ensure research is well written, impactful, and contribute to the existing body of knowledge. Make sure there is something your work is contributing. In most cases, even our masters and PhD, they will always ask us, what has your work contributed to the body of knowledge? Make sure that you at least you can say this is what is contributing, and researchers will see it because they are very intelligent. Two, publish on online platforms. Days are gone when we go and put all our books, all our papers on analog publications. Days are gone. So explore opportunity to publish your research on online platforms, such as even print servers and open access journals. There are many open access journals that are free of charge. There are some preprints that are there. They may not, though it may not count for you when it comes to official thing like promotion. They may not use it for you because it doesn't pass through academic process, otherwise called peer review. It does not. And it does not have a international standard book number, nor international standard serial number. So there is nothing to identify, but people can cite it. So if Google crawl it into its database and it is cited, it counts for you. Now, even if you publish on analog, because most of our journals in some of our countries are analog, what do? When you publish, or some that you have published, what you do is that get that paper, get the citation is cited with the journal name, everything, you know how it is. Then go to that paper, put it as a footer or as a header. That citation, just write cite. You put it as a header or footer, and then put it into PDF and upload it to any of the preprint server. That could be ResearchGate or anything, or even Google Scholar. You can put it there and it will go for you. So don't leave your papers that are not published online lying or in your box waiting for when you will be promoted only. Online platforms can increase the visibility and accessibility of your work to a wider audience. So consider preprints platform like Axville, BioVisile, SSRN, depending on your field. What does this mean? These are platforms. They are preprint platforms. Some are owned by Cornell University, some are owned by different universities. Each of them has a name. This one that you see, Bioxiv. Bioxiv, that bio means biology. So they only concentrate on publishing. R is universe. It is multi. It publishes on multi fields or multi-discipline. So these are the way you can publish current or wide concepts. There are current concepts that are coming on. Something like AI, artificial intelligence. You can publish there. When COVID came in, people, no matter how new it is, like in agriculture now, these days, people are talking of smart agriculture, climate change, and precision agriculture. Go to that field, you must see a way you can publish in that place because it will make you popular. Those current concepts in your area, every area has current concepts. You publish on those areas. You can also publish on wide range concepts. Something like teaching for those who are in teacher in education. Something like teaching, you can go in there. Something like curriculum that has wide, and many people can cite it. So research that addresses timely topics and citations. Stay informed about emerging trends and research gaps to identify relevant. Google, ask even areas are innovative or novel in your Propeller YouTube. See where he mentioned 10 scientific areas where you can call 10 topics, 10 top-notch research in a Scopus journal. The journal gave me a work. Go and cite that one. Even though I ran it into site. I sent them and said, I couldn't see. Can you guide me on what to cite? I couldn't see anything. I could not see anything to cite. I didn't know what they mean. They wanted me to increase their visibility. They wanted me to increase their citation. So engage and collaborators to cite your publication. Last time I had a workshop. I'm sure that my workshop attendance and some of you who are listening to me, if you are writing anything that relates to what ASOGWA have written, then you are expected, and I plead that you cite me. You cite some of my works that relate to your work. Each time I'm writing, sometimes I will intentionally look for work that belongs to Africans. I'm sorry, because all those things you are looking for, they are there, they are also here. Africans have written. If you go online now, Google has it that only 1% of the publication worldwide comes from Africa. Only 1%. Each other. We are not conscious of it. And sometimes those people there, we refuse to cite people outside their area. to date with emerging research trends and cite current works. There are works that are current. In fact, there are strong people in research in every field. If you work, then something is missing. It means you are not correct. So fields mention them because they are already there. Like in agricultural education, you cannot talk of the and those bunk. You cannot do that. If it is in Nigeria, Professor Sinem, you have to mention Professor Olaito and books, Professor Onu, and rest of them who have worked in their area. The same thing to your area, you know them. Self-citation thoughtfully. Self-cite, Audre Lorde said, it is self-preservation, and that is an action of political warfare. Judiciously, maximum of two, cite yourself. If you are writing anything that is in your field and you have written a work that relates to that, that has a relationship or a connection to it, it is expected that you cite it. Self-citation, but maximum two. If you cite three, some journals may reject it. But it's very important you become conscious of it. If you have not been doing it, do it. It has a way. And it does also add to your credibility. Do you know what it means? Take, for instance, if you are a teacher and you built a school, if you feel that that school is very strong and good, you would like your children to attend there. If you are a medical doctor and you built a hospital, you know that you have equipment there, you have good staff there. You know the worth of the services in that hospital. If you are sick, you would like to attend to that place. So attending or going to your own hospital is not an offense. If you don't go to your hospital when you are sick, it means something is wrong done there. Only cite your own work when it is relevant to the content. Don't just cite because you want to cite. Avoid excessive self. So it is not in the Google Scholar. It is only those documents or work that are already in the Google Scholar that will account for you. 7 is use relevant words and phrases. There is something that most of us, anytime we want to pick those important words or variables on our title, no, that is acceptable, but that limits the coverage or the searchability or the accessibility of your work. If you want to increase the accessibility of your work, do not use or repeat any keyword on your title. Go to your work, promote your work. How do you promote it? Actively share research findings through various channels such as social media, academic networks, and personal websites. Conferences, workshops, and seminars. Seek collaborations. to expand the research of your the reach of your research. Now, when we say seek collaboration, this searchability, you limit them. So try to avoid those ones. You can see what I'm talking or what I'm saying in APA recommendation about keywords. You can read it up. Optimize your article titles, abstract, and keywords by what I've just, or because we have to live above this. And even if you think about it, how that work, asking relevant or the variables that most, how do you promote it? Various channels such as social media, workshops and seminars, collaborations. Now, reach out to someone. We are waiting for them to come to us, period. But as a researcher, we, and even if you go to come, all of us we see, you see these academic communities where we are training young researchers here. Participate in academic communities. You can see here we are training young researchers here. You see Dr. Asogwa, you see Dr. Omo there. These are young researchers. I know as they are trained in different universities, they will be able to cite you. And when I collaborate with you and you want to cite yourself, then you are increasing recognition. So look for potential collaborators, and exchange ideas. When I know that you always cite me, when I write a work, I always look for your name to see if I can cite you. Researchers can have their community grow. Collaborate with peers. Collaborate with peers. Just in your field. You can see when you collaborate with people in different organizations. These are the secrets. And broader recognition. So look for potential collaborators within your institutions to take a first position. It is not correct. It does not even matter. I like Google because it doesn't say outside your institution, through professional networks or by reaching out to researchers. Now, people don't know. If you look at this peer research, peer collaboration graph, so in that case, you begin to go out of your work. Engage with public and media. So let us stop struggling for first author, especially when, if you look at this, you see when you are it is expected not be something related to your field that you this collaborative graph, but as a senior lecturer to associate professor, professor to reader, and then professor, you are with public and media. Extend the reach of your research beyond academic. Most maybe even under policy that we want the policymakers to include, or something like curriculum distress, or if what do? Newspapers, magazines, and even pamphlets, your document. I clicked on it to know who that person is, and behold, it was my PhD student, my master student, manner, emphasizing the real world impact of your work. They will get to know that. So you are expected to connect with journalists, write press release, or contribute to the science communication platforms to promote your research. If you do not have magazine or newspapers in your CV, from today, try it. There must be something related to your field that you can write and send to this newspaper media. And they publish it free of charge. The left page, at the left end, you will see three stripes there, three horizontal lines. Click on that horizontal lines, you see this dialog